Hi guys, I hope you all are having a wonderful week. And today I'm doing my first live session for an academy. And the topic for this live session is something that has always been really close to my heart. It's something that I hope will make you feel a little more confident at the end of these 10 minutes, will make you feel that you have taken a step in the right direction in order to improve your personality and communication skills. And as long as I'm able to meet that purpose, I think the purpose of this live video should be sorted. Okay, so let's talk about English. English can be a scary language for some people, but the idea is that we want all of you to eliminate that fear of the language. What I'm going to do is to provide you some easy tips, and in those tips what's going to happen is that you will find yourself feeling more confident, you will find yourself feeling a little stronger while trying to communicate with other people and speak with them in English. Yeah, so a lot of people say that I should use Hindi to teach English, but somehow that concept does not set right in my mind. So I am going to use English only throughout this live video, but I will speak slowly so that you guys can understand everything that I'm talking about. Yeah. Okay, before I begin, you all know about the Unacademy Educator app, and I'm also using that app to create my lessons now, and I think all of you have some very special skills. You can all create a repository of knowledge. You can all try to use whatever skills you have and impart that knowledge to other people in the world. So I urge all of you to download the Unacademy Educator app and start making lessons. Don't be afraid. मैं किस चीज़ के ऊपर lesson बनाऊँ, मेरा lesson कैसा बनेगा? Just try and create one lesson and see how you can help millions of people out there. I started doing it like that, and that's how I was able to make a difference, or at least I hope. And you should also try and do the same. Okay, so without any further ado, before I start this lesson, I have a very small task for you. I'm going to be using a couple of words. If you think those are words that are alien to you, if you think those are words that you don't know how to use in your everyday vocabulary, note those words down. So if you're watching this live session, take a notepad, take a pen, and write those words down. Once you write them, search for their meaning and get back to me with those meanings. Alright? So, without any further ado, I'll start with the first point that helps you improve your English speaking skills. And that is a very basic point. It is get over the fear. It does not matter. Like right now also in my live session, I saw somebody saying, how do I not hesitate? I'm doing a live session with you right now. I'm speaking impromptu. Obviously I will hesitate, obviously I will stutter, I will fumble, there will be pauses, there will be times when I'll be like, what was I saying, I don't know. So don't be afraid of that. If you think that you want to take a pause, if you think that what you're saying is not right, please stop that fear, okay? Okay, somebody just said I should speak in Hindi, so I'll just repeat this point in Hindi, that अगर आपको इंग्लिश बोलने में डर लगता है तो सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम वही है, आपको उस डर को हटाना है. आप ये मत सोचो कि लोग मेरा मजाक उड़ाएंगे या जो मैं बोल रहा हूँ वो गलत वर्ड है या इस वर्ड का मतलब कुछ और है. फोकस ऑन जस्ट स्पीकिंग, सिर्फ बोलो. या सो आप ट्राई करो कि आप सिर्फ जो भी आपके दिमाग में आ रहा है उसको बिना किसी डर के बोलो. लेट मी गिव यू एन एग्जाम्पल. जब भी मैं इंडिया के बाहर कभी ट्रैवल करती हूँ तो मेरे को अलग अलग नेशनैलिटीज़ के लोग मिलते हैं. आई फाइंड पीपल फ्रॉम डिफरेंट नेशनैलिटीज़. somebody who's French, they take a lot of pride in speaking in French, right? So if they're speaking in broken English, it does not matter, right? So उस टाइम पे वी आर नॉट जजिंग दैम कि अरे आपको तो इंग्लिश आती नहीं है. सो डोंट थिंक दैट बाकी लोग आपको जज करेंगे कि अगर आपने गलत बोल दिया इंग्लिश में या प्रोनाउंसिएशन गलत हो गई या कोई उल्टा सीधा वर्ड यूज़ कर दिया. फियर ऑफ जजमेंट को लेट इट गो. ओके, वंस यू लेट गो ऑफ दैट फियर, जो भी आप बोल पा रहे हो एटलीस्ट स्टार्ट करो बोलना. देयर इज़ अ सेइंग इन इंग्लिश दैट in order to climb up a ladder, you need to step onto that ladder first. तो उस ladder पे step on करने के लिए what you need to do is to get over the fear. Okay. Second point that I had thought of while I was doing my research for this live video, जब मैं इसका research कर रही थी, so I found a very interesting point. This memory, okay, मेरे बचपन की एक memory मेरे दिमाग में आई. Every day when I used to come back from school, I used to open the newspaper. And newspaper में there used to be these comic strips, right? So in those comic strips, what there used to be a lot of different sort of comics like Archie's, Calvin and Hobbes, etc. Okay, so what I did was that I started reading those comic strips every day, and through those comic strips, I learned new words. For example, I learned the word pandemonium. Now you have to check the meaning and tell me what it is. I learned the word pandemonium using a Calvin and Hobbes comic strip that I found in a newspaper. So let's try and read a little more, okay? If that reading means that आपको English में children's books पढ़नी है या comics पढ़नी है, it's fine, you know. Read those, but try and learn new words, okay? So all I'm saying is, at this point of time, what you need to do is don't be afraid to get your hands on something जो बाकी लोग consider करते हैं कि अरे इतनी simple सी book है या अरे बच्चों की book है ये तो don't think about all of those things. बस एक book उठाओ उसका मतलब ढूंढो, dictionary.com पर जाओ, thesaurus.com पर जाओ, that's it. Look at the meanings and start imbibing those, start using those in your everyday parlance, okay? So my point number 2 is you need to start reading English children's books or comic books in your free time, and when you do that, I can guarantee you, okay, today is what, 26th of April, so by 6th of May I can guarantee that you will add at least 10 odd words in your vocabulary for sure. Yeah, next point, okay, technology, guys, like you're watching this video on YouTube, technology is really helping you all a lot, yeah? So use that technology to your advantage. When you see YouTube पे all these videos जो आप देखते हो, always enable the subtitles का option. So use subtitles to your advantage. What will happen is, when you will see or when you will hear one of these people saying some words and you will not understand what they said, what you can do is you can check the meaning of that in the subtitles. उस word को वहाँ subtitle से copy करके उसका meaning दूसरे tab में dictionary.com या कुछ खोलकर find out the meaning. For example, I used to watch a lot of British shows on YouTube and other platforms, and उनका accent, the British accent is really tough to comprehend and understand. So what I would do is, मैं वो show pause करके देखती थी. When I would find some word that I don't know the meaning of, I would take that word, look it up online and make a note of it. Technology, you all have phones in you, start saving those words in your phone and start using them, and guys, I'm telling you, it is really going to help you in improving your spoken English on the day-to-day basis. Point number 4, which is a very important point. In this live session only, I have already got comments from people who are saying that ma'am, use Hindi, but no. What I want to tell you is that you need to stop your dependence on Hindi language. अगर जो मैं भी आपको बोल रही हूँ, you're not being able to understand that, it's fine. But don't think that by converting everything into Hindi, you will be able to understand English better. That's not true at all. Let me give you an example. I started learning French sometime last year, and when I went for my first class, obviously I knew nothing at all in French. But when my professor came, she started speaking in French, and she said that, she said something in French, but we obviously could not understand anything. So what did she do? She started writing those words on the board, she started explaining the pronunciations of those words, and she just spoke to us in French. What she also did was, every time we said one word in English, she cut 10 rupees from us. So what you can do is incentivize this amongst a group of your friends. You can play a game of sorts where if anybody speaks in Hindi of any word, you have to sort of, find them for saying that, yeah? So what you do is incentivize this whole process, and no matter what, speak in English. Do not be dependent on Hindi. A very important step in this can be, we think in Hindi because घर पे मम्मी पापा को हिंदी में बात करते हुए सुनते हैं, friends के साथ हिंदी में बात कर रहे हैं. So let's reduce our dependence on Hindi and start thinking in English. Once you start thinking in English, you will automatically see the results in your spoken English as well. Okay. Now, how do you practice this? A lot of you guys are saying that, अरे friends के साथ English में कैसे बात करूँ? अगर कोई सब्जी वाला आ रहा है उससे English में थोड़ी ना बात करूँगा. So where do you find these people who you can speak to in English, or how do you practice these new words that you're learning? What do you do? What we do is we create a safe space for ourselves. Now this YouTube live is certainly not a very safe space because I have so many people who are watching this. But what we can do instead is, where do you feel the safest? Okay, this is point number 5, guys. Find a safe space for yourself. For example, आपको पता है आपको अपनी English improve करनी है, आपको पता है आपकी vocabulary problem है, आपको अपनी vocabulary improve करनी है. What are you going to do? Create a journal. Take a journal, start writing. Now you know this is a journal जो कभी बाहर नहीं आएगा. This is your safe space. You write whatever thoughts come to your head and just start putting those thoughts down. Okay? What is going to happen is वो subtitles जो आपने देखे थे or those English children's books that you had read, all of that, what is going to happen is all those words are going to come back to your mind. Once those words come back to your mind, you will automatically be able to write those. Okay, I think all of us are very gifted. Your brains, okay, our brains are goddamn geniuses. We need to give a chance to our brains to give those new words, to us. Once we get those new words from our brain, we'll automatically be able to write. Like itni bari when I am writing, so I write. My profession is to write for a website. When I'm writing an article, sometimes what happens is कोई random word मेरे दिमाग में आ जाता है and I'm like, shit, how did I know this word? How did I know that, I remembered this word, ये word मैंने कहाँ पढ़ा था? So your brain has the power, to recapitulate those words and to really bring those back to you at a time when you need it. So give your brain that chance by writing and maintaining a journal. And guys, for this, consistency is the most important thing. And this brings me to the last point. The last point is let's stop focusing on how we want to improve the fluency, or how do I use big words in English, or how do I speak fast in English. These things are not important. Speaking fast is not important. Using big words is not important. Improving your pronunciation is not important. Starting to speak in English is the most important thing. Yeah? So, okay, the biggest word that I know in English is supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Or there's another word, floxinoxynolipilification. These might be the biggest words that I know, but where will I use them? I might never ever use them in my everyday spoken English. So let's focus on the quantity first and not on the quality. Quality improvement पे हम बाद में आएंगे. पहले let's start speaking, okay? So let's not focus on how to improve my fluency, how do I really use big words. Let's focus first on मैं start कैसे करूँ. और अब start कैसे करना है? You know these 6 points, you know how to implement them in your daily life, and start putting those to practice and you will see the results. To sign off, I think I came up with this thing while I was researching for this video, and those are the 3 I's, okay? The first I is to imbibe. What is to imbibe? To really just see the best that we see around us, absorb those and try and use those. So first I is imbibe. Second, implore. Implore yourself, push yourself more to use those on an everyday basis, okay? Once you implore yourself to use these new words, third would be improve. Once you have got these new words, once you know what these new words are that you have imbibed, you will be able to improve automatically. So guys, these were a couple of tips that I had thought of that I feel would be able to help a lot of you in starting to speak English and in improving it. And I hope you found these useful. You can please share your feedback with me in the comment section, and thank you so much for tuning in and watching.